What's going on, guys? Darius here, and today I'm back with a cooking video. This is not the first video of YouTube, but it's the first cooking video of YouTube. I don't know why you're smiling back there. Anyway, it's Hannah back there. She's doing all of the camera work today, so you guys will probably hear her a little bit. Not much, but you won't see her, but you guys will see, the cooking methods this time. But today we're doing the jalapeno bombers. Super easy, it's not really hard at all. You'll just need some flour, panko crumbs, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, all the good stuff. But you know what, I'll show you guys later. Enough with the talk though. Let's get started. I'm super hungry, and yeah, so let's go. All right, guys, so first things first, we're gonna start off with a cup of flour seasoned. Then also we're gonna bring out a cup of panko breadcrumbs. And then right here we got 3 eggs for our wet dredge. And also we have half an onion diced. Right here we have 7 to 8 jalapenos diced without the seeds. You can leave them in if you want it spicy though, I recommend it. Then we have 6 strips of Oscar Mayer thick cut bacon. You can use the brand of bacon of your choice. It's all up to you. Right here we have the bacon going inside of the pan. We're going to start off by crisping up the bacon. I've cut the strips in half to make it easier to work with though. Once one side starts to crisp up, then we're going to flip the strips over. But the middle of the pan does get hotter than the edges, so I'll move them so they won't burn, and you'll see that coming up. Right here we got that nice looking bacon crisping up on the bottom, so we're about to flip them over right now. Look at that, curling up already. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I love bacon, so that's my guilty pleasure, bacon. So right here, you guys, as I said before, you're gonna start seeing me move that bacon to the side so it won't burn. Gonna get it nice and crispy on that other side as well. Then we're gonna start taking some of that bacon out and putting it on parchment paper. I repeated this process and made about 6 strips. And then also that bacon grease that was inside of the skillet, I used that with my onion as well. So right here I added half an onion diced, and make sure you cook them until they're transparent. And this option, this onion is entirely optional. You don't have to put onion, but it was just my personal preference. You can skip this process entirely if you don't like onion, but I like cooked onion. And right here you see me sauteing the onion with the bacon grease, and also I added a little garlic salt, just a little pinch of garlic salt, and I salt baited over the top, not much. And then once they're transparent, I'm going to add the diced jalapenos and cook these through. And you don't want them to be too soggy, but just cook enough to where they're soft. You're going to see me saute these as well too, with the bacon grease, of course. Gets it more flavor. And cook these thoroughly. Looks good already. The aroma of the jalapenos and the onions though, it smells outstanding for sure. Then right here I show you my bacon that I'm about to add to this mixture I'm about to show you guys. And so once the onions and jalapenos are cooked thoroughly, you're going to add that to a bowl with 2.5 cups of sharp cheddar cheese, along with those diced bacon strips I just showed you guys. And here we have it, those onions, jalapenos, and the bacon along the top. And after I dump all of this bacon goodness out, the juicy goodness of bacon, we're gonna add that 2 cups of flour to the mixture and mix it until it gets clumpy. You want it to be a clumpy consistency. You may need to add more or less flour, but it should be just enough for the mixture to hold its shape when you form it. And you guys can play with this just a little bit to see whenever it gets clumpy. You can add more, a little more. It all varies on the type of cheese that you use too as well. For this one I use sharp cheddar cheese, but it could be a cheese of your preference. Monterey Jack sounds really good with it. Let me know how it comes out, because I wanted to try this actually. But I had sharp cheddar cheese in the fridge and I was like, okay, hey, let's go with this. And so right here, you have that 1/2 cup of flour that I just added a little bit more of, and then I'm about to add, I think I added 2 all together. And so I stir it up a little bit and make it nice and clumpy. And you'll see whenever it gets clumpy, because that's what you want to form that golf size jalapeno bomb. There we go. Make sure we go all around the edges with it. And you see that nice clumpy shape of form. It looks very good. And so we just pat it down. And afterwards we're finished. Clean up our little area. Make sure we have room for the panko crumbs, egg wash, and flour. And so we're going to start on our dredge, but once you start off, you coat them with the flour first. Make them into a nice little golf-sized ball. And then we're going to maneuver over to the egg mixture as well. Make sure you coat that really well, so it picks up on the panko breadcrumbs. And you can double dredge them if you wish, dipping them from the flour to the egg, back to the flour, then the egg, and the last the panko. It makes it more of a, it holds the form a lot more, but I use just one because one's basically all you really need, but you can go back and forth if you please. And once they're all coated, we're going to heat up our frying oil to about 350 degrees. Here I just used canola oil, but you can use whichever oil you prefer. This is just the oil of my choice. A lot of people use vegetable oil, which is totally fine, or peanut oil. It's okay too. And I'm going to fry them until they're golden brown, about 2 to 3 minutes or so. You rotate them as needed. You don't want them to stay on that one side and then flip over and then they're burnt on the other side. So you make sure they're rotated constantly. Get all the sides golden brown. Also I used my tongs a little bit just to splash the grease over them so they get that golden brown color as well. It cooks it a little bit faster too along the outsides. But the most important part is having the inside cooked so that cheese is melted, that melted goodness. And mind you guys, this smelled all so good whenever I was cooking it. And I was like, man, I couldn't wait to eat this. And so all the ingredients in the insides, they have to be cooked, but since they're already sauteed and the bacon's already made, it shouldn't take too long at all, especially since we have cheese in here too. So you're just trying to really get to melt the cheese and get the outside crispy and crunchy. Alright, we're gonna splash that grease over just a little bit. Make sure we have the other sides golden brown as well, not just one side. Gonna keep rotating those balls as well too, to make sure they do not burn. They look so good already, guys. And then afterwards, once they're golden brown, we're gonna go ahead and take those out, flip them around just a little bit to make sure they're nice and golden brown on each side. And we're gonna take out that second one as well. We're gonna check and see if it's all golden brown. Make sure all that grease and oil is dripped. And also we're gonna put that on the side in either a paper towel or parchment paper, your choice. Checking on each side to make sure they're all golden brown, and you just repeat that process. And so now we're just gonna plate these right here, and look at that, guys. They look delicious with a dab of ranch. Then we're gonna check inside to see how they look inside. Oh man, my mouth is already watering, and trust me, I want more. Here they go. They look good. Alright guys, now it's time to QC quality check to see how it is. That's like the best thing to do, right?
It is.
Yeah, so
Delicious.
delicious, I know. Alright guys, so basically I like mine in ranch. Let me show you how it looks with the ranch. Alright, let's try this thing. I gave some for Hannah to try as well, so guys, I totally recommend it.
So good.
So I don't judge the cooking now. I told Hannah to be brutally honest every time I cook like a recipe. So, brutally honest, what's the call? 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10,
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
It's an 11 out of 10, guys. If you have not tried this before, well, you probably haven't because Darius came up with this recipe, but please go try it out. It's so good. I know you guys hear the crunch. It's cheesy, smoky from the bacon, a little kick from the jalapeno. It is so freaking good.
Now guys, oh, that was me cutting another piece. But guys, it's entirely, see, look at that. It's entirely optional. Yeah, that's the little makeup thing Hannah taught me, but you know, push it back some.
That's perfect.
So, guys, it's entirely optional if you guys want to put onions in it, or you know, you guys can switch up the cheese as well too. You can make your own ranch. I'll show you guys how to do that later as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's plenty more to come. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys would like to see next on the channel. But other than that, I'm out. It's doing good.